Welcome back. Today we're diving into a bombshell interview where prominent businessman Kevin O'Leary unleashes a blistering attack on Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. I'm QuikPolitics, and if you find this content engaging, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, as your support truly helps the channel grow. Now, let's delve into the heart of the matter. In a shocking revelation, Kevin O'Leary unleashes a blistering attack on Prime Minister Trudeau, labeling him as the worst manager Canada has ever had. Kevin O'Leary accuses Trudeau of squandering Canada's natural resources, implementing foolish policies, and demonstrating total incompetence in leadership.
The natural resources the country has, per capita, it's one of the richest countries on earth, run by complete idiots. And there's no other way to put it. You might as well tell the truth. It's so important that Justin Trudeau be thanked for his service and then removed from office. And an election will be coming in the next 18 months. He is the worst manager Canada has ever had. Total incompetency underneath him in the cabinet seats. Total incompetency in almost every mandate. Absolutely the worst I've ever seen. The very, very, very worst. And I think the Canadian people are starting to see how horrific this management team is. And it's very important. And listen, he's been a wildly successful politician, but the derivatives you're talking about are part of this complete incompetency of managing Canada's biggest business, Canada itself. This is a totally incompetent government from the top down. The worst managers in the country's history.
Kevin O'Leary's scathing criticism strikes a chord with many frustrated Canadians who are fed up with scandals, soaring costs, housing shortages, and government overreach under Trudeau's administration. The public's anger is palpable, and Kevin O'Leary's words echo their sentiments. Kevin O'Leary's critique of Trudeau's leadership extends beyond mere disappointment. It delves into the core issues plaguing Canada's economic landscape. O'Leary underscores Trudeau's inability to navigate the complexities of Canada's economy effectively, pointing to critical areas such as energy policies and regulatory hurdles. These challenges, according to O'Leary, have created significant roadblocks for essential sectors like mining and the burgeoning data center industry. Trudeau's failure to address these issues not only stifles economic growth, but also undermines Canada's potential to thrive in a rapidly evolving global economy. O'Leary warns that if left unaddressed, Trudeau's leadership could steer Canada onto a perilous trajectory, jeopardizing its competitiveness and long-term prosperity.
Can't get anything done. That's the problem. It's not just Canadian pension plans, it's sovereign wealth funds from all around the world. I'm in the business of building data centers because we need data centers all around the world because of the advance of AI. We've only got 8% of what we need. An AI data center is a $3.6 billion project, 100 megawatts. Canada should have at least 5 of them. There are none of them going on right now because you can't get energy permits. That's controlled by Trudeau's government. And so you don't even try. You wouldn't even waste your time trying to go through the regulatory process of getting a permit issued. There's nothing going to happen in Canada till Trudeau's gone. No one is going to risk capital there. You cannot get anything done in Canada. Not in mining, not in data centers, not in anything to do with the federal government. They are the worst managers on earth. They are crippling the Canadian economy with mismanagement. Look at any measure you have during Trudeau's tenure, it just gets worse every single year. It's so important that he be swapped out. It's just the most important thing Canadians can do. They could vote for anybody else and do better. Anybody else.
Kevin O'Leary's scrutiny of Trudeau's approach to China delves into a realm of geopolitics and national security concerns. O'Leary highlights the growing apprehension surrounding China's expanding influence over Canada's critical minerals and mining assets. Trudeau's perceived lack of assertiveness in addressing these issues has raised significant alarm bells, as it potentially exposes Canada to vulnerabilities in terms of sovereignty and economic independence. With China strategically targeting key sectors vital to Canada's infrastructure and technological advancement, O'Leary warns of the far-reaching implications if Trudeau fails to adopt a more robust stance in safeguarding Canadian interests. The specter of China's encroachment looms large, prompting calls for decisive action to mitigate the risks posed to Canada's long-term security and autonomy. O'Leary's critique serves as a wake-up call, urging Trudeau to prioritize national interests and assert Canadian sovereignty in the face of growing external pressures. According to Kevin O'Leary, Trudeau's government showcases complete incompetence and mismanagement evident in decisions that harm Canada's economy and sovereignty. Failure to address urgent issues and excessive spending on questionable research projects are cited as prime examples. Trudeau's Attorney General Arif Virani, a vocal advocate for the Online Harms Bill, continues to support it despite concerns raised within their own party. Virani has openly admitted to being intimidated by the internet and advocates for its regulation in the name of safety. However, his fear-driven stance has led to proposals that could restrict freedom of speech online. This aligns with Trudeau's recent allocation of $8.4 million towards researching the impact of climate change on democratic decline, highlighting the government's misguided priorities and lack of vision for Canada's advancement.
So today, I'm announcing that Canada is investing $8.4 million on research across the global south to better understand how climate change interacts with democratic decline. These initiatives will also help protect the human rights of environmental defenders. On top of the uncertainty caused by different crises, we're also seeing direct threats to individuals globally through transnational repression. This is why Canada is increasing and expanding its funding for Access Now to ensure human rights defenders and others facing digital threats have the resources they need to protect themselves.
Trudeau's policies, ranging from taxation to housing affordability and government spending, have left many Canadians frustrated. Kevin O'Leary's criticism reflects a widespread sentiment that Trudeau's leadership has been detrimental to the country's well-being. This sentiment is exemplified by Trudeau's environment extremist minister Stephen Guilbeault, who proposed halting new road construction, a misguided notion that even Guilbeault had to retract. This highlights the inept leadership that fails to prioritize the nation's best interests. Kevin O'Leary's scathing remarks resonate with Canadians who increasingly call for a change in government to address the country's challenges. The desire for competent governance is palpable, and many believe that Trudeau's days as Prime Minister are numbered. This sentiment extends beyond Trudeau himself to encompass all officials within his government. Trudeau has assembled a team of ineffectual ministers who appear to prioritize compliance over competence, lacking the necessary leadership acumen. With plummeting approval ratings and increasing opposition, there's a mounting expectation for a transition towards more capable leadership. The interview doesn't just highlight problems, it calls for action. Kevin O'Leary suggests that it's time for Trudeau to step down and make way for new leadership that can steer Canada in a better direction. So, what do you think? Is Trudeau's leadership really as disastrous as Kevin O'Leary suggests? Are Canadians ready for a change? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us. If you appreciate content that delves into critical issues, consider subscribing for more insightful updates. Stay informed, and until next time, I'm QuikPolitics, signing off.